Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Shades of my Day. Today I'll be taking you through how I designed this Hilda flyer. You can see it's well blended and it came out colorful. So let's start. I actually got these images online. This particular image, this one online. And also I went to our Instagram page to download our pictures. So after much extraction and everything, I settled for 3 pictures. As you can see, these are clear pictures that she has on our Instagram page. Now this is how I extracted it. So I actually, if you don't know how to extract images, just comment below. I would make a video as regards that. So now this image, now as usual, I always apply camera raw effect to my designs to give it more life and to make it more sharp. So it's loading. As you can see, for this image here, I used a little bit of exposure, after I had already extracted the image. Contrast 42, texture 32, clarity 44. And also I'll be dropping this Hilda Baci's images and the PSD file in the link below, so you can as well work on it and do some practice by yourself. So what I did next was to create designs for the remaining ones too. As you can see, for this other one too, you can see I used camera raw for everything here, so it make it more sharp and everything. Sorry, I was trying to get some things done. Okay, now I brought this image. Why you can see that it's well, but what I did here was very tricky though. Instead of using the brush tool, I used the gradient tool here. So that was what make it look like it's all blurred out. As you can see here, but you won't really know, because the way I did it in the other design, was the way I did it here, it was so clear. There was no error here at all. So let's start with this design now. So what I did here was to bring in this image like this. As you can see, come to Photoshop, let's do a new one. Bring it like this. You can expand to any length. Expand. Now come to your filter, your blur and your Gaussian blur as usual. So you can decide to choose which one you want to do, then click OK. So what I did, let me show you the one the radius I used. I used 6.8 for this. So I also have this flower image too in my files. So I brought it in and I applied the same Gaussian blur effect to it to 6.8 too. Oh, sorry, let me think. Yes, this one is 8.8. Now, as you can see in my files, or if you have watched my other videos, I love using flare a lot. This flare a lot. I can use different types for different things, so to make it look more lively. So you understand now. So I use this flare. I just place the flare. Now, instead of me to scatter my images, what I did was I grouped this. I brought the images in and placed it here. As you can see, it's grouped. It's grouped. So I did something very tricky also. In order for the images to blend well with the background, what you can do is just come to your image like this. your image like this. With the foreground, you now create vector marks here. Let me show you. Let me talk, and let me show you exactly how I did it. Let me bring in this image first. Okay, let me drag these group images here. Control C. Come in. Control V. Now you can transform. The photographer of this image did a great job. So everything is blending well. So what I did next here was I clicked on this, my background layer here, and what I did was to drag in. Let me copy this. Control C. Did was to drag in my flare. I can actually expand it. You can expand the flare. Click OK. Coming. Let me draw this down a little bit. So you can expand your flare if you want. Keep expanding it. Have this, as you can see like this. You can see the light is already bright. So I also duplicated it. Another one again. So when I brought this one up, you can see I brought it up like this. So you can decide to reduce it a little bit. To reduce it, if you want, you can decide to reduce it. As you can see, it's already shaping up straight. Now I'll come to this. I'll create on this vector marks here on my keyboard with my foreground color set to black. I press B and I gently brush. As you can see, gently brush the edges. You can see it's fading in. You can see, gently brush the edges. You can do this for this. You can see this dark part. We gently brush it so it can blend in. As you can see, it's blending in perfectly. So you can do the same for the remaining images for it to blend perfectly well. Okay, V. Come on. Perfectly well. Now, okay, we are here. Okay, so that was how I got all these images. So I just played around a little bit with this flare. As you can see, this flare. So you place this, you can see here, you place this above these images. Also, I applied Gaussian blur, radius 19.4. I duplicated this Gaussian blur and I placed it behind these images. As you can see here, you can see behind the images. You can see behind the images. So as usual, that was how I got this image. Very easy design, easy and simple. Now let's come to this butterfly. What I did was to download this butterfly image and I applied a motion blur effect to make it look like the butterfly is actually moving. Sorry, it's loading. At angle 50, radius 9. Then I also applied camera raw effect to it too. I added the image. Then for the text, I used either green. Yes, for the text, I use ether green for the text. Ether green, and for the bachi, I used my favorite font, Autograph. So if you have any other questions to ask, please do ask and I would answer you in the comment section. And finally, if you want your image to pop well, you can see here it's kind of looking dull here. What I did was use color lookup. You come to your adjustment layer here. As you can see, it's here, color lookup. You click on it. So I used this above these images. So what I used was film stock 50. And you know, when I did it at first, it looked too sharp. I had to reduce the opacity and the feel to make it blend well, to give it that colorful, rich rich feel. So that was how I got these designs. So if you have any questions, please ask in the comment section and I would answer you in my next video. So thank you so much for watching my video. Please do subscribe and turn your notification when I post my new videos. I'll be dropping the PSD file in the link below. Please do well to download it. Thank you very much.